Good morning. It is Monday, August 22nd, 2016, and it is cold today. Let me screen share this map. I drove through, well, just in front of the storm on the way down and then back up. I chased it. And I got a little bit of rain here, but you can see it moving across central Alberta. So you can see the system moving this way. So St. Albert is getting it right now. Edmonton, Spruce Grove, definitely. That red area there is just about to hit Spruce Grove, moving from Devon northwest. Very strong winds. Ponoka, just passed through Ponoka and Wetaskiwin on its way to Millet and Leduc. So this is your darkflameearth.com update. 22nd. Let's just check out my education panel on Dark Flame Earth. As you can see, it is cold across the west and the north, mostly in Alberta, down through Montana, even parts of Northern California and Washington. We can check out the solar update and see what kind of activity we've had, if any. Looks like we had a B1.3, which is not very big at all. Just on the limb here, start time 9:35, pop over to Helio Viewer, 09:30. And we'll just progress by minutes, so 5 minutes at a time. That's the wrong date. Come on, 22nd. Peak 9:38. Skip to 9:38. Images. So this is still on yesterday, so we can't see this flare yet. Another one. Let's check out something a little bit more significant that happened. Well, this is a B1. Here's another B1.3 that happened on the 18th. So we'll check this out. So this one appears to have been there. It's kind of hard to see. We'll go to the 18th at 14:11. 18th. Like I said, you can do all of this stuff on your own. Just visit darkflameearth.com and you can get all the data. All right. So you can see the Earth scale up here on the right, and so let's just advance this by 1 minute at a time. The peak time is 14:14. It shouldn't take too long. One more click and we should have the peak. 14:14 is, you see, it jumped out right there. Now let's see if we can look at a couple other layers. So let's look at 335. Bring this back a little bit. There, this shows the surface. Here you have some holes. And those show up on the 4500 But 171 shows the dancing of the surface of the sun, and I can advance this one more minute, and you'll see this. There it goes, fades a little bit. So, like a very, very, very small event. Like if you look at the Earth scale here, much farther away, but tiny. About the same size ish. Not very big at all. So nothing to worry about. But that's your solar update. Very quiet. We can look at this chart here. And this basically shows the dates. So the 18th, 20th, 22nd, and has snapshots and different notes about what's going on here. You can see, and then the latest imagery that SolarSoft posts. I'll let this load. So this here is the stereo ahead 195 camera. It's not very high definition, but this is looking forward, and then the stereo B imagery goes back to 2014. So for some reason the data is not there. Same thing with stereo A. This one's 2015, and this one is 2014. So a lot of this data is missing, which is strange because usually you can come here and just click on a couple things and pop up. So let's look at the composite. This one, 2016, 18, 12. And then this one here is 211, 193, and 171. So we have ultra high definition cameras pointed at the sun, and we're getting a better look than we have ever gotten, and I think it's fascinating. I don't know what that's opening. But that's all for the sun. Let's switch over to earthquakes now. You can click on USGS, and this will bring up the USGS feed. So we can very quickly, it's a 4.9 in Mexico. Right here. Well, let's have a look, shall we? We'll pop over to Google Earth. This is the 18th, so there was a 4.6 here in Mexico. Approximately 15 kilometers from the coast. In a bit of a rural area. It doesn't look like there's too much around here. Don't know exactly what's here, but maybe we can have a look around. Here's that 4.6 on the 18th, next to this fence. I'm just loading the new earthquakes feed so we can have a look at the most recent ones. I'm also going to turn off the weather for a moment, give us a better look at this quake. So it was a 4.9. I can see if I open up some more layers, but there's no shake map. Likewise, kind of in the middle of nowhere. So hopefully there shouldn't be, there's not really much risk for populated areas because there doesn't seem to be too many. This looks like a beautiful place. Here's a river through a valley. Ah, here's something. Plan de Ayala. Plan de Ayala. Nice little town. Another little town, probably the same community. Plan de Ayala and Tomagarrio. Loma Bonita. Not too far away. So the question is, did they feel it? Let's check out some pictures. There's so many things to see in the world. If you can't get out there and check it out yourself, take the time to look on Google Earth. It only takes a few seconds, and it's amazing what you can discover. See, seems to be the closest photo. Is that a chicken? And some homes and trees in the background. Pijipan. Are there any photos of Pijipan? Oh, there's this photo. Alto Rio Pijipan Cheese. Wow, this place looks beautiful. I'm going to bookmark it. P G G O I. Pijipan. Looks like a nice place to visit someday. Past week, there's been a little bit of quaking, but for a couple days there, it didn't seem like there was anything. 2.9 here in Kansas today at 8 in the morning. Let's have a look where this one is. Another beautiful home that has been built. Now, what is this? Is that a shed? Some street view is available. Old imagery. 1991. So we can fast forward and show the new pictures as they became available. (2006), 2008, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014. So this beautiful home was built 2014, brand new home. Looks absolutely gorgeous. But whoever's living there should be aware that there was a 2.9 earthquake. I wonder if they felt it. Just north of Anthony and Harper and Murdoch. Now Murdoch, oh look, there's another one right over here. near between Murdoch and Cheney, a little bit north, right across the street from this person's beautiful property. See, it's concerning, not just for the people of Oklahoma, but that this is even happening. It's public knowledge that cause of these quakes seems to be fracking. And it's basically making it unstable. I mean, if you just look at what in the last week, the earthquakes span a distance of, I should probably put this in miles for my American friends, basically 150 miles is unstable. That kind of freaks me out. Old imagery. Now, up here in Canada, we're also having some earthquake problems. Down here in Washington, there's been some quakes down here as well near. There we go. Amboy, Washington. This is Mount St. Helens. Oh, look, Mount St. Helens. 2.0 today. Yikes. Mount St. Helens erupted. You can see how the whole side of the volcano just collapsed. 2.0. Okay, back up to Canada. So yeah, we've had a couple quakes up here near Princeton. There seems to be a lot of minor seismic activity up here. This is one of the only areas in Canada that frequently has quakes every week or two. This one says explosion. There's no information on that. Oh, at Copper Mountain. Maybe I can search that. Copper Mountain explosion, earthquake. A mine blast was likely behind the minor quakes. So you can see this area here, Copper Mountain. Apparently they were doing some mining and they blew something up right over here. Which makes sense. It's practically the same mountain. So they must be deep inside there. So, yeah, that's basically the quake situation. 2 or 1.5. Oh, another explosion in Peaceville Valley. What the heck is going on in here? Peaceville Valley. That looks like a nice little ravine. Perhaps there's photos. See, this is the kind of stuff that you can check out on your own. I hope you're finding this somewhat interesting. Oh, look, this place is called Welcome. Welcome to Peaceville Valley. Sounds really nice. This is their county fire department. And this is Rainbow Field. A field with a rainbow in it. Beautiful. Hidden waterfalls. Oh, wow. Save that photo. Here's Peaceville Valley. I bet I can get some street view here. Yep. Oh wow, look at these trees. This says 2016, but the quality is not very good. And you can't see any mountains from here. All right, let's get out of here. Let's have a look at the sun. So it is nighttime in Australia, Japan, China, most of Russia, Middle East, Africa. I noticed a quake over here. Let's check this one out. This is a 5.1 off the coast of this island here. Find out the name in a moment. Nikolskoye. Nikolskoye. That's a waterfall. Bering Island is what it's called in English. Wow, this place looks beautiful. There's absolutely nothing here except beautiful, beautiful. This is 50 miles by 9 miles. 50 by 9. Oh, look, an undersea volcano. Dredged rocks from the summit of volcanic cones rising from the 2,500-meter depth to within a few hundred meters of the surface yielded fresh diatic lavas and pumice apparently of Holocene age. This volcano may be as young as a few centuries, and there are present-day gas emissions from the volcano. So this earthquake is approximately 80 miles or 131 kilometers away. So and plus if you look at the V shape or the mountain shape, this is where plates are converging all the way along here. Now, look at these volcanoes. Look at all these volcanoes. This is ridiculous. And they would all go off. I'm certain that the emissions would dwarf all the CO2 that we're putting into the atmosphere. You can't blame a life-giving gas for climate change. When one of these volcanoes goes off, like let's just go over to Iceland for a moment. Iceland erupted, and the cloud from one of these volcanoes, just one, I believe it was this one here, Eyjafjallajökull, yeah, Eyjafjallajökull, blah, I can't remember. Eyjafjallajökull. It erupted quite magnificently, blocking out the sky, interrupting flights. Like, look at that. Kaboom! That is amazing. Rocks flying everywhere. There's a lot of explosive power. Wow. So imagine that over here. There we go. Look at all these volcanoes. And the volcanic ring, we call it the Ring of Fire, goes all the way down through Japan. Like, look at these volcanoes. That is ridiculous how many volcanoes there are. 5.3 today. In Japan, off the coast. Sendai. Now, if you remember, off the coast of Sendai around here, there was those gigantic quakes, 9s. So here's some 6s in the past week. looks like the yesterday and the day before, 20th, 21st, there was quite a few large earthquakes up here. Here's a 5.6 in technically Japanese water, but I don't see many islands. This is the nice. Chile has been having a lot of earthquakes, like every day. 5.1, 4.3, 4.7, 4.4, 4.7, 5.3, Chile, 4.2, 4.4, Argentina, 4.3, 4.6 in Chile, Peru, 4.9, 4.6, 4.3, Peru, 4.2, 4.8 in Venezuela. These are all the last week quakes. Puerto Rico is always shaking, although there was a couple in the Dominican off the coast, and it looks like there's been two more, 3.4 and a 3.0, 3.4, a 1.9. Nothing too bad to worry about because this is a seismic zone. There are always quakes here. I traveled to this northern island. There were some quakes over here, and I didn't feel them at all. But these ones, these orange ones, are today. So you can see a 2.3, 2.3, 2.5, 2.8, 2.2, 2.4. This little island here had a 2.2, pretty much right there. Wow, that is amazing. I'm a Canadian. I grew up in blizzards, and I never even knew places like this actually existed. But it is worth it to travel there, visit, support the local economy, the friendliest people. So happy. I mean, how could you not be happy living somewhere like this? Wow. So there was a 2.2 just off of this little island. An island in an island on an island in the ocean. It's Inception. Isla Chiva. So this is where that small earthquake was. Beautiful little island. Amazing. All right. Let's just switch back to the internet for a moment. I'm going to show you something. I'm just going to pull it up first. So this is this morning, sun erupting. Mount Cinnabon, right here. So the people of Kabanjahe are probably all looking at the sky right now, because in the distance, oh, that volcano too. Yeah, not even very far. 13 kilometers. So that's very close. I would not want a volcano going off that close to me. So my thoughts go out to these people in Malaysia.